Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Carrot Scraps YouTube stream. And by another, I think I mean the third. I don't know if I number these, but we'll just say it if that's the case. So let's get a couple things out of the way. Well, first of all, welcome to the channel. I'm Carrot Scraps. This is Carrot Scraps. We're on Carrot Scraps right now. This is actually my second channel. I normally do very different videos on YouTube. More scripted, more edited, videos. But every now and again, when I like to stream on YouTube, I will stream here on Raw Carrot Scraps. So that's where we are today. Normally, I'm streaming over on Twitch, and I'm trying to do, I'm trying to always stream Marvel's Avengers every weekday, so to speak.
Greetings, Avengers.
Greetings.
Resistance
Need to turn this down.
identify the location
It's
of
too
the
loud.
Shield Vault.
But the reason I'm here is because this is a pre-recorded, release. This is a stream in quotes, right? I just kicked over my water bottle. This isn't technically a stream, right? Like this is a YouTube premiere video, which I'm calling a stream. We're just gonna call it a stream over, in quotations, because currently right now, I believe it's Monday the 26th, and excuse my little coughs. I believe it's Monday the 26th of July, 2021, and I'm not at home right now. I'm not at home from the 26th to the Friday, whatever the date is on Friday, and so today should be the 26th if I remember that correctly. Let me check really quick. And I'm taking a little vacation. I haven't taken a vacation in years. Yeah, it should be Monday the 26th right now. And I haven't taken a vacation in years. I am camping with my family. Well, with my mom and with my producer. And the three of us decided to go camping because I didn't get to see a lot of my mom because of the pandemic. And now that I have my vaccination, now that things are getting to open up a little bit more, now that things are getting a little bit safe, we decided that this would be, a good way to kind of, after over a year of me not being outside or social, a good way to get my training wheels back on being social again and entering the world would be go camping, and to first of all, camping is just something that I love doing and that I've loved doing since I was young. We used to go camping every year, me and my family. And then we haven't for the last couple of years. I'm not really a vacation type, as an adult, but when I was a kid, we'd always go camping. For at least 20 years, well, 19 years, maybe 18 years straight. We went camping every year. Look at that. Look at that. Captain America. I couldn't tell it was Cap because of the Guardians nameplate. I hope everybody's good today. If you are in chat or if you're watching the stream premiering, if you're watching it at a delay, I hope you're enjoying. I wanted to, even though I'm away right now, I wanted to, still be able to stream, quote unquote, every day. And so I recorded these in advance. And so we should be uploading and premiering a different stream every day this week. And if not every day, then almost every day. And I'll be playing Marvel's Avengers, Martin's Adventures every day. And today we're going to talk about camping, and you're going to have to deal with my my raspy voice, which I now I'm starting to wonder if I just have and excuse me for being gross, if I just have mucus. It sounds like I just have mucus, but I thought I lost my voice from streaming too much. I've been streaming a lot recently and talking so much, and I talk so loud when I stream. I just need to lower my voice. Anyway, so we thought it would be a good environment. We can avoid people for the most part. I'm still very hesitant to be around people. I have a very compromised immune system. I'm very high risk. I guess I'm just, it's been so long since I was around people that it's just anxiety inducing to kind of reintroduce myself to that. So if we're camping, then we only need to expose ourselves to the three of us. You know what I mean? The three of us can just choose to be around one another instead of, accidentally bumping into people, if you're in a hotel or if you're at an amusement park, if you're at Dairy Queen, then you're gonna inevitably be too close to other people, too close for comfort. But if you're camping, yeah, you can interact with people sometimes, but most of the time you're gonna have a lot of space. And so that was the general idea. That was the general idea behind doing the camping again. And camping is something that me and my producer have wanted to do for a very long time. Since we first started being together like years ago, we had a camping trip planned, and it fell through for whatever reason. And since then, we've been trying our darndest to kind of get it going. And so this is going to be our first time camping together, fingers crossed if it actually happens. If you're watching this, then it did happen, you know what I mean? But as of recording this, fingers crossed. And we're finally getting to do that, and that's really exciting because, like I said, I used to go camping every year as a kid. Sometimes for 2 weeks and sometimes for an entire month, like during the summer, just full-on outdoors camping. And I really, really enjoy that. I think that's really fun. It's just cool to be outside. It's cool to be outdoors. And best of all, it's awesome to swim. So I used to have a job before the pandemic started. I used to have a job involving the water. I would teach people how to swim, and I would lifeguard and all that kind of stuff. My whole life, I've never been like away from like swimmable water, for more than several months. My whole life, I've always had at least a body of water to swim in. And because of the pandemic, it's been like the longest time, I think, in my life I've ever gone without swimming. And it's so weird because, like, it's like a part of me is missing. Like, I love swimming. I love being underwater so much. Like, I take like multiple showers a day just because I like being in water. It's super weird. But it's true. Like, that's just how I am. And so, my job, I used to, be in water every day for years. And now suddenly for the past like year and a half more, I haven't been in water. And so going camping, we're going to be able to swim a lot. And I'm very, 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 very excited about that. Because it's like, it's like a part of me is missing. I need to swim. You know what I mean? I'm curious how many people in my chat, like, are into swimming. I've talked about this before. Because I've been swimming so long since I was like a kid, I used to not believe that people couldn't swim. Like, growing up, I thought it was a lie, essentially, or it was like an unrealistic thing. So like if I was, and I've told this story before, but if I was watching like a TV show and somebody said, "Help, I don't know how to swim," my first thought would be like to roll my eyes and go like, how unrealistic, people in real life all know how to swim. Because as a kid, I was like, it's such a concept to me that like wasn't difficult to learn. I essentially, I didn't learn how to swim. I was born one day and then suddenly I was in water. But of course, I've taught people how to swim for a large part of my life. So obviously I know now that people don't. So I'd be curious how many people in my chat, do or do not know how to swim. But that's like the big thing that I'm excited about. Where's this cap going? That's the big thing I'm excited about, is to start swimming again. I can't wait to just be submerged in water. Like, it's so weird. It's so simple, but like, I can't wait. It's therapeutic for me. Again, it's like a part of me is missing. Like, I need to be underwater right now. If I could stream from underwater, can you imagine if we did like underwater streams? That'd be awesome. This shield looks so beautiful. I love the shield of the game. A lot of people aren't a big fan of the shield from Avengers, but I actually really love the shield of the game. But seeing this other shield, the MCU shield, it definitely looks pretty cool. Always nice to see alternative versions of stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be camping outdoors in a tent. We talked about how it would be cool. Hello. It'd be cool to have like a camper or something, or like not an RV, but like, I mean, I guess an RV. But like one of those things that you attach to like a truck and then you drive it around, and then it's like there's like a bed and like a kitchen inside. I've never been in one of those. I guess I visited like when I went camping back in the day, I would like visit other people who if they had one. So I guess I've been in one before, but I've never I've never lived like that in terms of camping. I've done camping in like a cabin. But most of the time it was in tents. But I would love to do that like RV thing. You know what I mean? I think that would be really, 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 really cool. There's something about that aesthetic. And wait, you don't want to get the gear? We're in a vault mission. You don't want to get the gear, my dude? I'm surprised. Ooh, this is always so disorienting when you're standing on top of it and it moves. He doesn't want to get the gear. Why? I mean, I guess I don't need it. Let's go, Cap. Cap is in a hurry. He does not want to take his time.
Systems are recognizing you. Please proceed to the activation area down below.
But I would love to try an RV someday, or you know, to chill in a very tan or beige van, you know, a wood paneled RV thing would be ideal for me. Problem is I don't know how to drive, and even if I did know how to drive, I feel like I wouldn't be able to drive that well. And then like that's, I don't know, like I guess we just, you know, rent one to park it in a dirt lot and then just sleep in it, and then when we're done with it, we'd be like, somebody else can have it. That'll be the ideal situation. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing tent camping. When I was young, we would you know, the way it would work is we'd get to our campsite, and we would, what do you call it? We'd set up the tents, and then we'd set up tarps above the tents in case it would rain. Whoa, that was awesome. I really wish I could replicate that. That was insane. Why did that happen? I want to see it again. That was a little disorienting. We would, you know, set up tarps above our tents, so that way we wouldn't get rained on too much. And, you know, I'm pretty confident. I used to set up those tarps when I was younger. Not by myself, obviously. Now... Oh, we don't have our numbers showing up on our screen. That's a bug that I need to write down and add to my like year 1 video. A bug that's kind of been in the video. I mean, in the game for a while that I'd like to, you know, address again, because it's minor. Like, oh, there it is. It's on our screen now. It's minor, but sometimes it can be really troublesome, you know. But I can build. I can do the tent. You know, I'm confident in my tent building abilities. But the tarps, I'm not as confident on. You know what I mean? There's a lot of ropes involved. There's a lot of... it's just... I'm not as confident with that. But the thing is, you know... It's a lot of effort to set that up, but it's also a lot of reward, because if you take the chance and don't set up a tarp and it starts, like, raining like crazy, then, oops, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have an awful time. But if you know, put in that work, and it takes a lot of work, and you get really tired or whatever... and it ends up, oh, hello, and it ends up raining, then, you know, you've done the right thing, and you know, you're rewarded for that time. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Maybe you know, I'll keep you posted on Twitter. You know, you can check me out on Carrot Scraps on pretty much everything. Most people already know that. I don't know how much I'm gonna be on social media while I'm gone. You know, it might be one of those things where, sure, I'll have my Nintendo Switch and I'm ready to play video games, but I might take a break from social media, you know? Like, a part of the reason why I'm preparing content is so I can kind of make sure that people who like watching my stuff, because, you know, I try to do daily Marvel's Avengers streams, and I'm trying to do weekly, like, video content. You know, the people who do enjoy my stuff, as few as they are, you know, still have something to watch. So maybe I'll take a break, but who knows? I might still be on Twitter, you know, right now, tweeting about how I should have put up the tarp, because now I'm swimming inside of my tent. You know, I was thinking about this. So when I don't know how long I've had air mattresses as a part of my camping life, and I mean, they're kind of self-explanatory, but if you're not familiar, they're you know, plastic mattresses that you fill with air, and that you can sleep on top of, you know. And it's kind of like it's a portable mattress. That's what it is. You know, it's a more comfortable portable mattress. And I don't think, you know, we weren't, like, my family was not very wealthy when I was younger. See, look, the numbers disappeared and now they're back. 2 and 3, I think. I don't remember having them when I first started camping, like first like in the 90s when I started camping. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh man, like, sleeping on a tent in a sleeping bag in the woods must have been so uncomfortable, and I can't even think about it. I can't even remember, because, like, you know, most air mattresses I've ever used have deflated, you know, and I eventually am sleeping on dirt, but at least when I go to bed, I have the illusion that I'm going to be sleeping on an air mattress or something comfortable, you know? It's so funny to me, like, thinking about, uh-oh, we got a hacker. We got a hacker. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. So, I don't know. I'm just thinking about that. I'm like, I had to have been... Okay, Cap got it. Sorry, Cap. I had to have been sleeping just on dirt. And what was that like? And not just dirt, because I think I remember it. That's why I think it's in my head. It wasn't just dirt. It was also, like, roots, because there were trees around. So, like, every now and again, like, it would be uncomfortable and, like, you know, there would be bumps up and down and up and down. And, excuse me for burping on stream. It's awful. Stream etiquette. I can't help it. Probably shouldn't be drinking soda on stream, but there we go. I am. But yeah, now it's so much more comfortable. It's so much more it's so much easier to be comfortable while you're sleeping, like, in the woods. I can barely remember it, but I am so curious about how I used to sleep, you know, in the 90s in a tent as a kid. One of my fondest memories as a kid and as like a kid camping was you know, seeing the Phantom Menace, Star Wars, and then, like, having Star Wars toys and, like, playing with specific toys that I still own, you know, specific Phantom Menace toys, and kind of acting out the fight at the end of the movie with Jar Jar and, you know, all of those characters. I don't know if I loved Jar Jar when I was a kid. I don't think I specifically liked Jar Jar, but I had an action figure of Jar Jar and the Gungans, or the Gungas, however you like to call them. I had a couple of action figures that were of that species from Star Wars, and I would act out those scenes from the ending. And then I had the little pistol that they use to you know, grapple up in the scene. Amidala, you know, Natalie Portman's character, is, like, in the throne room, and they use the guns with, like, the grappling hooks. I had one of those, and it had, like, all these little settings and stuff, and I remember acting that out while I was camping and having just so much fun, you know? So much fun doing that, and talking to other kids and nearby campsites about the Star Wars. I had a Darth Maul bicycle when I was a kid. I didn't know how to ride a bike until much later in my life. Like, I think I was, like, 10 years old, maybe 11, when I finally learned how to ride a bike. But I had like a Darth Maul, like, with training wheels bicycle, and it had this lunchbox on the front of it that had Darth Maul's face. I don't know why these guys are, you know, loading in without the effect right now. With that, I wonder if we'll keep this Captain America with us, actually. And it had that Darth Maul face on it. And I was never, like, afraid of Darth Maul, but, like, as an adult, it's so weird to me. Like Darth Maul's a cool looking character, right? He's such a fun design. But, you know, somebody had described him as, like, just, like, you know, when they first saw Darth Maul, I think I was watching one of the Hugo Martin, like, you know, Doom Eternal streams, and they mention, you know, the Phantom Menace for a little bit in the prequels, and they talk about, like, that first trailer with Darth Maul in it, and it's like, oh my gosh, they're adding a devil to Star Wars. They're just adding Satan to Star Wars. How interesting. And yeah, it's like, seriously, you know, in the movie I feel like it's less so, but, like, on my bicycle, like, that lunchbox, you know, he's smiling all weird, and he's it really did feel like, you know, the devil, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just very funny to me. I also still have that lunchbox, but I think we still have the bicycle, but it's not at my home. It's at my parents' home. Hey, Hank. How's it going, buddy? I'm going to go over here. And that was another thing about camping was, you know, we would go camping. We'd go to another state, right? We'd go out of, I live in a city. So we'd go to another state. We'd do a long car ride. I love road trips. We'd do a long car ride. And then we'd spend the first day, you know, we'd get to the campsite, spend that first afternoon building the camp, you know, the tent and stuff like that. And then we'd just knock out, you know. And then the next day, you know, either it would be like a fire day where we're just trying to keep a fire going the whole day, or we'd go to the beach. To the beach? Nicki Minaj. Anyway, and then when it would rain, when would have a rainy day, we were always very excited because we were like, today is going to be a movie theater day. And we didn't really go to a movie theater a lot. Like when I was younger, it was like every now and again. But like during camping, during the summer, it was like, oh, it's raining today. It's a movie theater day. And we'd drive into town, and it was so cool to me because like, it was just a different location. I loved, I was impressed by anything as a kid. I mean, I'm impressed by a lot of things now. Good game, Cap. Let's see if this Cap stays with us. Let's find something else to do together, Captain America. Oh, you know what? Let's see if we can grab some villain sectors. Let's see if we can do that. Aw, Cap left. Well, we'll see if we can grab somebody else. I don't have like for example, I don't have a Walmart in my state. And so whenever I go out of my state into somewhere else, or I guess my city, whenever I go to another state, I know that I'm on vacation when there's a Walmart in town because I didn't grow up near a Walmart. I don't know what it's like to, have that near me. And so it feels like I'm visiting Disney. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I want to go to the Walmart and see what's up. I want to see their DVD bin, Last time, I think last time I was in a Walmart, which was like in 2017. That's how long it's been. That's how long it's been since I've been on like a vacation. In 2017, I went into a Walmart and we were like getting food for the week. What was it? I picked up a bunch of DVDs. I was very excited. Again, I'm very easily pleased, right? This is part of the vacation experience, is going to Walmart. I'm not complicated in these kinds of things. But second How I Met Your Mother reference. So I picked up, last time I was at Walmart, I picked up an 8-pack of Friday the 13th for a very cheap price. Not the best box. Me, I'm a collector. I like to have the nice box art. Not a great box, but you get all the movies for extremely cheap. Not all the movies, but a lot of the movies for very, very cheap. And that was really exciting, especially because I think it was October when we were traveling at that time. So, it was part of the horror thing. If it wasn't October, I'd still be buying it. But that was exciting, an 8-pack of Friday the 13th films. Then there was we got a 2-pack of Halloween Town, which came with Halloween Town 1 and 2. And then it came with a third movie that I don't know what it was, but it was a third like Disney Channel, Fear Street style, Goosebumps style, Are You Afraid of the Dark style, kids horror kind of thing. And then a Simpsons Treehouse of Horror DVD. And then I think there was one more DVD that I got. But I was set. I was like, oh my goodness, like this is wonderful. Meanwhile, my producer, she's like, we can go out today and we can go to this restaurant and we can go outside and we can go visit this and we can go visit that. And I'm like, we can go to Walmart and I can buy these DVDs. Like that's what I was excited about. And it was the same thing with camping. When I was camping younger, I didn't interact with many Walmarts in the area, which is kind of weird now that I think about it. Like I didn't know that one of the most defining things in my life was there was I think it was The Simple Life, not The Simple Life, but there was a Paris Hilton reality show when I was a kid. I forget what it was called. I think it might have been The Simple Life with Paris Hilton or something. The only reason I don't say that is because Zach and Cody is called The Simple Life. But anyway. And there was like the famous episode where she was like, what's a Walmart? And the she's like with a middle class family, and she's like, what's a Walmart? And they're like, you don't know what a Walmart is? And she's like, do they sell walls there? And everybody laughs. And I'm sitting there watching it, and my dad is laughing, and I'm like looking at the screen, and I start laughing. And in my head, I'm like, keep laughing, or else people are gonna know you don't know what a Walmart is, and then they'll know that you're stupid. Like, I was convinced that, like, oh, you really messed up. Like, you don't know what a Walmart is? Come on, carrot boy. Get some culture. Figure yourself out. And for years, I was like, I gotta guard this secret that I don't know what a Walmart is. And I just thought it was so funny because I was like, Paris Hilton is being made fun of for not knowing what a Walmart is. So surely I will also be mocked for that. So I'll just tell people I know what Walmart is. But I had no idea. I was the same thing. Like, she was like, "Is that where you sell? Is that where they sell walls?" And in my head, I was like, "Might as well be, right?" Like, what? I don't know what a wall. I didn't know that it was like a department store or like, a supermarket. Like, I was like, yeah, sure. I thought like, I was like, maybe it is a hardware store. But yeah, even though I would camp in other states, I never interacted with Walmarts when I was a kid. But I would interact with other stores that I couldn't interact with in my home state. Excuse me. And that was always so exciting for me because it felt like I was, again, it's like when you're a kid, a lot of concepts don't click for you. Like, I felt like I was only getting certain stuff if I was in a different state, you know what I mean? And so I would get really excited about going to these other stores and being like, oh, I want to see what they have. I want to see what they're selling. I want to see what they have. Not that I didn't have money, I just wanted to look through it and be like, oh, they have this and they have that. I remember, back when they still sold like comics at like, bodegas. I don't think they call them bodegas in like other states, but like corner stores. Ooh, let's match these people with our cosmic nameplate. Peer pressure. Also, let's change our skin. Let's change our skin. I picked up a bunch of DC comics. My dad had picked them up for me. And an anime magazine, which I was very excited about. So I got an anime magazine, and then I got DC, no superhero stuff. It was I think it was Star Trek DC comics, and then there was another series. I can't remember what it was called, but it was not Cape stuff. And that was really exciting for me just to have a bunch of magazines, I remember getting excited about coloring books back then too. You know what I mean? Just getting a Spider-Man coloring book and being like, yo, I'm set. We're camping, we're here, I'm set. I got a coloring book. Let's go. But yeah, so we would go into town and, I don't know if you saw that little graphical glitch on her jacket. We'd go into town when it was raining for a movie, and they had the bigger theater, which I thought was really cool. I don't really have a mall in my area, especially when I was growing up. I didn't really have a mall. There was a mall like out, but like nowhere like really near me. And so going to a mall was really cool to me. I remember I bought my first pack of like Sailor Moon trading cards from a mall. And I was like, again, it just like fed that idea that like I can only get these in this state. You know what I mean? I clearly cannot get this at home when probably I could. I just, I didn't have autonomy as a child, so I couldn't explore. And so, they had a movie theater in their mall. And so even when I was exposed like to malls, like my mall that was like closest to where I used to live didn't have a movie theater in it. And so that was a really fascinating idea to me that like, whoa, like this mall has a movie theater in it. Not only is it a mall, but it has a movie theater. Whoa, this is crazy. Like, again, it was so impressive to me. Like any little thing. And so we had that choice of like a mall movie theater, and then we had like a local theater where essentially somebody had a small business where they just rent out film reels, and they'd serve you coffee and food, and you could go watch movies in a small little theater. And that was valid, that was legitimate. It was pretty dope, and that was hype. And we would kind of switch between the two of them. We were partial to the small business, but every now and again they would either not be showing something, we'd want to see something specifically. Like for example, I remember seeing District 9 in the mall movie theater, but I remember seeing March of the Penguins in the local movie theater. I remember seeing I think 500 Days of Summer in the local movie theater. I think I saw Putty Cat. No, trying to think of what other movies I saw in that other theater. Some Blockbuster stuff. I know there is something. I guess those are just the first two things that come to mind. I forget when District 9 came out, but I feel like it was a little intense for me. But watch, I'm gonna be like old enough. I'm gonna be like 17 years old when it came out. That's not true, but like I'm gonna be old enough to be like, oh wow, you were afraid of District 9? Jeez, chill out. And so that was always really exciting. It was part of the whole experience. Is like we're going outdoors, but when it rains, we go into town. And it was either you go to the movie theater, you go swimming when it's not raining. We went swimming most of the time. And then some days it would just be, hang out at camp and set up a fire and keep it going. My mom loved like doing fire, like doing a fire pit and having it going all day. That was something that she loved doing, and then that was kind of passed on to me. We'd go into there was somebody who would sell wood close by to the campsite, and we'd pick up wood from them like a couple times during the week or during the month, and that would be what we would do, is just fire. And it was so cool. Just a lot of really great memories, and I'm excited. I'm a little afraid to be, going and doing this camping, mostly because like I think it's going to be emotional. It's been so long since I've been camping, and then on top of that, it's been so long since I've been outside and social, and it's been so long since I've been with my mom. Like it's going to be a little emotional for me, but especially because like I'm having all these memories from when I used to go camping, kind of flooding back, and I'm excited about that. But I'm also nervous about it, I'm going into it with open arms. I think I'm trying as best as I can to go into it with open arms. I'm excited for the road trip. Even though I'm not the one driving, I got to learn how to drive. I want to be a helpful person in my relationship, and I live in a place where I haven't had to learn how to drive. There's so much public transportation, but I might not always have that benefit. So it's a good idea. It's just a scary idea. I'm 16-year-olds learn how to drive, and I'm out here like, oh, I don't know. That's a lot of responsibility. It's scary to me, but I got to do it eventually. But I love road trips. I think road trips are really fun. I love kind of being trapped inside of a car for several hours, which sounds like not good, but like to me, it's like a fun little, and it's weird because I do have like a little bit of like, I don't like to feel like I'm trapped, but for some reason in a car, I like it. I'm like, as long as I have everything I need, you know what I mean? As long as I have, my medicine, and as long as I have my video games and my laptop and a DVD player and chargers, food, drink, money, as long as I have all that stuff, lock the doors in the car. We're not leaving for a couple of hours. It's time to travel. You know what I mean? Like, and it's cool. And, the listening to the music, and nothing is cooler. I mean, lots of things are cooler to me, but like something really cool to me about like road trips is, like looking out the window and just seeing so much of the world pass you by, and like just wondering, like, you could pause and enter somebody's life in, like, if you just park your car wherever and then look in one direction, somebody is out there living their life right now. When you're driving, you're passing so much of that by. You're passing one of those people, one of those lifetimes by every couple of seconds. And that's kind of the, the beautiful way to put it. That's kind of the pretty way to put it. But there's another way to put it, and that is, I look out on the highway, I look out and I see, Bigfoot is somewhere out there. You know what I mean? And then I end the stream. That's how I end the stream. If you're watching this, how are you doing today? I hope you're enjoying the stream. Again, the stream, big quotes, you know what I mean? Because this is a YouTube premiere, but I'm treating it like a stream. It's a stream light. It's a diet stream. But I hope you're enjoying. I hope you appreciate it. And I'm excited to come back. We're talking a lot about camping right now. I'm excited to come back and stream again. I love streaming. Been doing a lot of streaming of Marvel's Avengers and Jurassic World Evolution over on Twitch, twitch.tv/carrotscraps. And then, been trying to do weekly content on the YouTube channel for Avengers and a bunch of other games like Doom and, other stuff. But Bigfoot. But yes, I'm hoping that you're enjoying this ramble and this rant, and I hope you're having a good time. What's it called? Who knows? Maybe I'll show up in chat. That would be kind of funny if I showed up in chat for my own premiere. I think that would be pretty silly. But anyway, Bigfoot. So yeah, it's just one of those things where like, you know, I'm a big fan of conspiracies and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of conspiracy theories and like cryptids and stuff. I don't necessarily believe in any of it, but I love hearing about it and researching it and all of that stuff. And you know, whenever I'm on a road trip, I love the woods. Like the woods are one of my favorite things. They're horrifying to me. The you know, the woods of the United States, like just the pines, like the, you know, the forest. Scary. If I was gonna make a horror film, it would be set in the woods because it's horrifying, but in a way I love. You know, I love to be scared, I guess. And so looking out the woods is just such an aesthetic that I adore. And thinking about like what's out there, you know, Bigfoot does come to mind. And like, again, it's not like I'm like, I don't think Bigfoot exists, but like, it's one of those moments where you look at how much forest there is in the United States and you're like, you know, there's so much unexplored here. You know what I mean? There's so much out there that no one has seen in years, you know, or that, you know, there's some location that nobody has gone to in a while. You know, there's somebody in the woods doing something weird, you know what I mean? And that's such a creepy but like fun idea, you know what I mean? So I always think about that during like car rides. And I think about Bigfoot just like with like an aerial drone shot, you know what I mean? In like a documentary. And I'm just thinking about like Bigfoot walking around and I'm like, Bigfoot, where you at? Where you at though, Bigfoot? How you doing? My producer, aka my fiance, she came back from visiting family recently. She went by herself, and she brought back a bunch of stuff for me. And I feel like it represents so much of our, you know, relationship, professional, of course, our relationship, and also who I am. She came back, and first of all, she got me a ghost book. And basically it's a book that just has ghost stories from the area that she was in. And that's something that, like, since we first started doing vacations together, that I've been really into. Once I figured out that, like, a lot of, like, destination, location, like, vacation places have, like, you know, local ghost books that they put out, I was like, I want to collect these. And so I think I have 3 so far, and that was my 3rd one. And it was just really exciting to have, like, you know, a bunch of ghost stories collected into one book, for me to read from wherever she was, you know? And that was really cool. So that was the first thing. Then she got me a like door sign that has Bigfoot hanging off of it, and it says "Believe," and it looked like the Bigfoot from the movie, which was pretty hilarious. Because I think that Bigfoot looks so bizarre and so weird, but maybe that's just a general aesthetic for Bigfoot now. She got me. This was kind of for both of us. Oh, my cat is meowing. I'll be right back, everybody. I'm going to let in my cat. I hit my foot. My cat likes to yell at the door until I let them in. And then she got me this this game called Flux, which a couple people on Twitter had mentioned that they like that game and that they've played it before. Let's do a Wasteland mission. I love the Wasteland. Let's check it out. My favorite biome. Hopefully someone else will join the fray. Watch, my cat just begged to come in. He was like, let me in, and now he's going to want to leave. This is, if you watch on Twitch, you know this happens all the time. Hi. You got something to say? It's funny because I feel like a lot of people, you know, when they do like live entertainment, if you want to call this that, but when people do live entertainment, I feel like dogs like barking in the background is a very common part of like live entertainment. And I feel like I have cats like screaming, and I've never seen somebody with like a, you know, somebody like broadcasting live who has like cats screaming in the background. And I provide that, and I think that's pretty funny. But yeah, so she got me this little game called Flux, which is kind of, I don't know what to call this kind of game, but well, it's a card game, it's a tabletop game, but like it's a game that like lends out its core gameplay loop to other IPs to license it. And so like, for example, there is a Marvel Flux, and that's what she had bought me was you know, the core game of Flux There's somebody with their mic on. I'm just gonna mute the game audio now, just in case. There. Yeah, I got a hair in my mouth. There's somebody. I mean, so there's the Marvel Flux that she had gotten me, and then she had also gotten like Monster Flux, which had kind of like basically the Universal monsters, like you know, Frankenstein's monster or Dracula, you know, characters like that. And it's you know, there's the core Flux game, and then other companies will like lend out their IP to you know, to kind of be a part of that that gameplay thing. And you see that a lot with a lot of tabletop games. And so she got that, which was really cool. You know, we're both big fans of like tabletop games, and so it was cool to get like a little Marvel thing. And then she got me the last thing she got me was a coaster, and it was a coaster that also is a bottle opener, and it's also a magnet. Now, I don't like drink alcohol, but I love opening bottles. And so that was like kind of the main reason for it, was like she wanted to get me my own bottle opener, so I can open her drinks, because I think it's really fun. You know, I may not drink, but I like opening bottles. I really want, speaking of bottle openers, I've wanted this for a while. I've wanted this for like 4 years now. There's a Galactus bottle opener that I want so badly. And my intention was like, you know, if I'm at a party or something, I want to be that guy who's like, hey, let me you need a bottle opened? Allow me to talk about Galactus for a little bit. It was just like brolic, like giant Galactus head that also can be used to open bottles. And I really, really want that. And it's somewhere out there, and I just got to pick it up. It was at my local comic shop for a while. It's expensive, though. It's a little expensive. Again, for somebody who doesn't drink, I guess maybe if I do drink, I would have bought it by now. But for somebody who doesn't drink, it's like a little bit expensive, but it's something that I want really bad. So this is probably going to be the last. Wait, can I mute this Avenger? I would like to do that. Mute. I hope I muted them. If that's the case, then we can, you know, turn the game audio back up. Because once I was streaming once, and you know, I mean, in general, you just got to be careful if somebody's on mic, because I don't play with the audio on, right? Like, I can hear it, it's on my TV, but I'm not listening to the audio, and I have music going in the background. I was playing online once, and like there was some kind of argument going on. I can't remember exactly what was happening, but there was some kind of argument going on, and I didn't know that it was happening. And somebody in my Twitch chat was like, "What is happening?" And I was like, "Oh my goodness, is somebody on mic?" And I went back and I listened to it, and it was like somebody like, I think what was happening was they were calling their like partner, and they were either already split up or they were breaking up. They were in the process of breaking up, and they were like in an argument. And it wasn't fun. And luckily I stopped it after like a little bit, but I didn't notice it at first. So it's like I got to be careful with stuff like that. So that's why like now I just instinctively mute it. But I forgot. I'm pretty sure you can mute players, which is what I mean, I just did it. I hope that it took effect. I'll be watching to make sure though. But yeah, so this is probably going to be our last mission for today. You know, we're not going to be doing long streams this week. Again, streams in quotes. But you know, we're going to do this. We're probably going to do like hour-long, you know, streams every day this week, or almost every day this week. Unless I decide to do another stream that I kind of want to do is I want to do another speed run. I want to do another Marvel's Avengers speed run, and I might post that maybe. Who knows? So we'll see. But generally speaking, what it's going to be is two things. So first of all, we're going to try and do daily. What's up? Why is he yelling? First of all, we're going to try and do daily uploads on this channel while I'm gone, you know, while I'm away from Twitch. For those of you who are new here, you know, again, my regular content is not on this channel. It's either on the Carrot Scraps YouTube channel or twitch.tv/carrotscraps. The only reason why I'm here is because I'm away right now. So we're going to do, you know, daily uploads like that. We're going to play as one Avenger every stream. Today was Kamala. I think tomorrow we're going to do Captain America. And then we're probably just going to cap it at an hour, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, who knows. But I'm going to try to at least do an hour. And, you know, who knows? If there's an energy in the room, maybe I'll keep it going. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm feeling pretty good. You know what I mean? I'm feeling pretty, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I'm feeling pretty talkative. But we have, I'm doing a normal stream on my Twitch channel, in like a half hour, where I'm gonna be watching the dev stream for Marvel's Avengers, so I have a place to be. But I've had a lot of fun doing this today, and it's been really cool. And yeah, so expect these, you know, for the rest of the week here on Raw Carrot Scraps, unedited Carrot Scraps. Do. What were we talking about earlier? We were talking about Bigfoot. We were talking about movies. There was something that I wanted to transition into. Oh, well, I guess I kind of finished my story about like bottle cap openers or like bottle openers. When it comes to camping, the other thing that is kind of interesting, I guess interesting is a strong word. You know, I just remembered I was going to bring up something else. I was going to bring up bears, but I just remembered about like laundry. Laundry is such a weird part of camping where like, you know, there's like one day when we used to do camping where we would just like drive into like a laundromat, and that's what we would do that day, and we would do our laundry, multiple bags, and that would keep us over, you know, for the next week or so, and that was always really cool. And maybe we could keep talking about that because I think I have some stories relating to that are kind of funny. But bears are, you know, a part of camping that are, you know, both interesting and fun and silly and cute, but also dangerous. You know, where I would go camping, and I assume most places where camping is, like, why is he yelling? Most places where people go camping, you know, there are, rules about like, you know, what to do with food and what to do with garbage to make sure that, bears don't show up. All right, I'm gonna leave this store really quickly, and I'm gonna be right back to you know, to let my cat out because now he wants to leave. He came and now he wants to go. So I'll be right back. Nope, that's the wrong screen. Yeah, all my cats are like that, except for one of them. I have 4 cats. One of them, the 3 of them are like that, where they will scream at a door, and then you'll let them in, and then they'll scream at the door again. You'll let them out. You know, that's their MO. The thing is, there's a litter box in here, so like sometimes they decide they want to use the bathroom in certain places, and so I want to give them that option. If they're yelling at the door, you know, maybe they've decided they want to come in here and go to the bathroom. Anyway, so bears, it's always like, you know, you have garbage when you're camping, and it's like you need to dispose of your garbage in a specific location. You can't keep food out overnight because you could attract bears. And, you know, that is pretty scary, honestly, to have like, you know, a wonderful animal, but a deadly animal, if, you know, not treated with respect, could walk up into your campsite. And my mom tells stories about how like what is this? Interesting. I have no idea what this thing is. What is this? This is beautiful. Let's take a photo of it. Oh my gosh, he's back. There we go. We can upload that later. Kamala confronts the obelisk. You know, being careful. Oh yeah, so she has stories. My mom has stories about like being asleep and then like bears like basically brushing against the tent. And I don't know how true I like those stories are. I don't know if that actually happened, but she tells it like it's true. My producer has stories about how producer has stories about how her dad would fake her out like that and pretend like there was a bear. This is one of the coolest things ever. I mentioned this in my Hawkeye review, which is on my main YouTube channel, just Carrot Scraps on YouTube. I released my Hawkeye review recently, my Future Imperfect review, and this is one of my favorite parts of the Wasteland. The Wasteland's my favorite biome, and I just love the way that giant empty-headed skull looks. Like, it's so dope. Very, 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 very cool. And so I think I've seen bears before while camping. I don't think I've ever seen a bear like in our campsite. Sometimes, you know, we would store stuff in our car, or we would like go in the car just to be safe, like if we heard something. But I don't think there was ever like an actual moment where it was like, uh-oh, you know what I mean? I've seen the aftermath of bears though. Like, I've gone to other people's campsites and seen, like, you know, coolers torn apart and you know, things thrown around. Bears, you know, they don't mess around. You're in their domain, you know what I mean? Again, you know, bears are wonderful, but you kind of have to respect them, or else you know, bad stuff is going to happen. You got to be very, 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 very careful. But they're also very sweet, you know. When it comes to laundry, I guess, like, we'll go to a laundromat. I don't know. We're only going for a week, so, like, maybe we don't need to. Back in the day, we used to go for, like, an entire month, so that would, like, require a little bit more planning in terms of laundry stuff. And so I don't know if we actually need to do laundry this time. But I remember, you know, again, that was another thing that would, like, we would make a day out of it, and you know, using quarters and all that stuff. And they used to, in the laundromat near our campsite, I remember they used to have books that you could rent out. And I would love to look through them. I couldn't really read them. It took me a while to learn how to read as a kid because of my dyslexia. And I would just pick up the books and, like, flip through them. And I remember there was, like, a Harlequin romance novel, like, straight up, like, with one of those corny covers with, like, you know, the long-haired muscle man on the cover and, like, the ocean and all that stuff. And straight up, I remember, like, picking that up and looking through it and just being like, interesting. And that was what I did that day, you know what I mean? Oh, speaking of, this is kind of unrelated entirely. I have been looking for years. I have been looking for a specific dinosaur book / magazine that I rented from my school's library when I was a kid, when I was really young. This is like first or second grade. Again, I didn't know how to read, but I knew pictures looked great, right? Like, I would rent out Goosebumps books because they had the best covers, but I couldn't really read. And I would rent out this dinosaur magazine, and they would have, like, cartoons, and they would have, like, you know, lots of science and sketches and dinosaur bone stuff, and what do you call it? They'd have 3D sections where, like, they'd give you, like, these dinosaur-themed, like, 3D glasses, and you could look at, like, these, you know, 3D models of dinosaurs. It was really, really cool. And for years, I've been looking for that, and I wasn't sure if it was, like, a single book or a magazine. And recently, because I've been streaming more of, like, Jurassic World Evolution, and I've had more of, like, I've had more of my foot in the dinosaur threshold. Hello there, producer, ladies and gentlemen. This is a retroactive recording, so... Yes, finally. Claps, everybody. Lars is being so loud. He's just yelling at the door. I let him out. Yelling at the door. I let him in. Yelling at the door. I let him out. Let him in the door. I let him in. Let him in the door. I forgot what I said. Yeah. How was your exercise? Nice. Valid. Cool. Dope. All right, see you in a little bit. Yeah, sure. Lars Yolan and Veronica came in. All right. So I've had my foot in the dinosaur world a little bit more. You know what I mean? In the dinosaur, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park fandom area. If anybody from that community is here, hello, welcome. And somebody, one of my mutuals, had posted, like, I guess they just post, like, stuff from their dinosaur collection every now and again, which I think is really awesome. And then, what do you call it? Recently, they posted pictures of a magazine, and I looked at the logo of the title of the magazine, and I was like, that's it. That's what I've been looking for years, you know, for over 10 years, for over probably, yeah, over 20 years. No, probably over 15 years at least. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. And like, I think I literally said like, yo, thank you so much. I've been searching for this. Now I'm going on eBay. You know what I mean? And I true to my word, I went on eBay immediately. I found a lot and I ordered it, and now I'm waiting for that to come in. I'm hoping that comes before I go camping, before I go on vacation. I'd love to make a video about that, kind of like my weekly world news video. I love collecting like paper goods like that, you know what I mean? And I'd love to do another like magazine style video. But oh my goodness, like thank you to that person. Like I was so excited to see that. And you know, whenever you discover something like that from your childhood that gets kind of lost, you know, that gets kind of lost to time, you're kind of, it's like a part of you is missing, and it's silly because it's like, you know, it's Dinosaur magazine. Who cares about this? But it means so much to me that I was able to find that, and so I'm excited to have it be a part of my collection. I'm excited for it to come in the mail, and I'm excited to talk to everybody about it, and I'm sure you all are too. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's stream. I want to thank everybody so much for joining me. If you watched the stream, thank you so much. If you watched it live, if you watched it retroactively, thank you so much. Let me know how you felt about this. Let me know how you feel about me streaming on YouTube. I've done past streams on YouTube, and I'm definitely down to do it again. If you're new to this channel, whether you watch my stuff all the time or whether, you know, you don't. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe because I'll do occasional streams here. But my main content is on Carrot Scraps YouTube. You know, just one word, Carrot Scraps. That's where my main like edited content is. You know, I do Marvel's Avengers reviews and videos about all sorts of things like Cubics and you know, dinosaur game reviews and stuff like that. Soon anyway. And then if you want to watch me stream more, I'm live on Twitch at twitch.tv/carrotscraps. That's where I do my streams for the most part. Like I said, you know, I'm on vacation right now, so this is going to be the replacement for streams for a little bit. I hope that's cool with you. I hope you enjoy it. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully. I'm not sure, again, I'm not sure what the rest of the week is going to be, but I'm going to try to do one of these almost every day. You know, at the very least, you should be getting 4 of them. And if you're lucky, you'll get 5. And if you're extra lucky, you'll get a speed run of Avengers from me. So we'll see. But tomorrow, I think we're going to play as Captain America. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. I already said my stuff. If you enjoyed the content, consider, you know, subscribing to the channel, checking out my Twitch, checking out my YouTube. All my other social media, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are all at Carrot Scraps. Yeah, and that's going to do it for today's stream. So I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you soon.